Ребята, всем привет! Сегодня будет очередная порция полезностей от нашего учителя Джонатана. Привет, Джонатан!
Привет, как дела? How are you?
Very good. Как раз сегодня будем обсуждать, да, как правильно отвечать на вопрос «How are you?». И я хотела вам сказать, что если вы ищете учителя по английскому, да, как говорится, look no further, Джонатан очень круто преподает английский уже 10 лет по скайпу, и его можно забронировать по ссылочке, которую я оставлю вот здесь. Вот, а сегодня мы будем говорить о проблеме, которая на самом деле меня очень волновала, и когда я первый раз в Великобританию ехала, и в Америку, когда люди спрашивают на английском, как у тебя дела, как правильно отвечать. Потому что мне говорили, что в Великобритании вообще принято не отвечать, а просто тебя спрашивают, как дела, ты отвечаешь, как дела, и все на этом. А в Америке, значит, я сталкиваюсь с проблемой, что в магазине мне говорят, там, как у тебя дела, я отвечаю хорошо, как у вас, и они игнорируют, ничего не отвечают. В общем, и вообще много способов есть спросить, как у тебя дела, и мы вот решили сегодня объяснить, да, и для меня тоже объяснить в том числе, какие вообще виды существуют вот этого вопроса, как дела, и как правильно отвечать. Поэтому поехали, сейчас будет все на английском, приготовьте ушки, да, слушайте внимательно.
So, we're going to go through a couple common questions that you might hear either, as you said, like if you go into a store or if you're seeing your friends that you haven't seen in a while. So, here's a couple of common ones. So, think about like 10 of them. So, the first one may be, what's up?
Very American, right?
Yeah, and you also see this as part of the name of a very popular app for messaging.
Yeah.
And like the first thing is if you hear the word, if you hear the expression "what's up," don't look up. That'll just make you look kind of foolish. Just answer something basic like, "Oh, I'm fine," and you, and just kind of throw it back to the person like, "How are you doing?" Don't spend too much time on it. Sometimes "what's up" is kind of more like "hi" than it is actually asking somebody how they are.
Yeah, so if they're using WhatsApp as hi, because I have some American friends, they're like, "What's up, Marina?" What am I supposed to say?
Just hi, how are you? Yeah, it's really more of a greeting than an actual question.
Okay.
Some more ones that actually might be asking is like, how's it going? That one, yeah, actually, it would be, tell me how you are, tell me how things are, and you respond, your work, your studies. Don't get hung up too much on like, how's it going now? Or what am I doing? It's more of just a how are you question. Also, how have you been lately? This one, I mean, you could analyze it a little bit with the present perfect of, okay, they're asking me not just right now, but they're asking me maybe the recent past until now. So you could pay attention to that grammar element with present perfect. But again, it's you have an opportunity to talk about things in the recent past and talking about what your projects are now or how life is at work or school. So again, that one is a little bit more open to recent past. For how have you been lately? Get into a little bit of slang. There's like, how's it hanging? How's kicks? Some slang ways to ask people how they're doing. And again, just kind of respond something casual. Some students, they get kind of confused between how are you doing versus how are you. For some reason, the doing word confuses people. Like, why is there present continuous or present progressive in this question? But again, I mean, you can just answer it, I'm fine, and you.
Yeah, I think anything different from how are you confuses people.
And what else is there? Often after the weekend or after a party, after some event or a test, people usually ask like, how was your weekend? How was the party?
Yeah.
How was the test? And that opportunity to say how, many students, I hear them say yes. And the problem with saying yes is that it was not a yes or no question. It was an opportunity to give some details or talk about the experience.
Yeah.
So very often I hear on Monday morning, how was your weekend? Yes. And I have to kind of expand on like, oh, sorry, this wasn't a yes or no.
Tell me more.
And so we could kind of get into other questions, maybe like, how's life been treating you? That's kind of like the, how have you been lately? So you might find a lot of variations, but don't spend too much time getting hung up on these questions. Don't analyze them too much. I think just the fact that you recognize there are a question, it's the beginning of a conversation, and also take into account the context. Are you at a store? Do the salespeople really want to know how you are? There might be some cultural differences, maybe like in the States. Yes, they might be a little bit more conversational. They may want to engage you in a conversation. But if you see they're kind of busy and maybe a little disinterested, keep it simple. Just say something like, fine, thanks, and you. Or even like if you're in British English with England, like the famous how do you do, I think it's very typical you just answer how do you do back.
Without saying I'm fine, like without anything, just how do you do? Yeah,
Yeah,
this
almost like
is really weird for Russian culture, I think, because you would never answer как дела with как дела. This just doesn't happen. Okay, cool.
yeah, I think
Good to know.
yeah, I think it depends on the context. And if you're with your friends, yes, obviously there might be a little bit more opportunity that these people want to know how you are. They're a little bit more sincere. So there's an opportunity to kind of go on a little bit. But a good idea is say a few words, say a few things, like just a bit of an update so people can know, I mean, are you okay? Is life fine?
Yeah.
And if there are some like intimate friends you feel kind of comfortable with, yeah, you can probably get into the details of like, oh no, somebody broke into my house, or somebody broke into my car, or no, I'm
Hopefully
feeling
not.
sick. No, I mean, obviously, yeah, if you're comfortable with talking about some of those things with your friends, then yeah, you can kind of get some sympathy or commiserate with some of those things. But hopefully life is going well and you can just say like, yeah, I'm fine. Most people, I think, like, I'm fine, thanks. Sometimes you hear people say I'm good. I mean, grammatically speaking, I think good is probably not correct, but it is very common that you'll hear people say good. And you, how's it going? How are you?
Yeah, I think it makes it clear because yes, as I said, I was very confused when I was asked how are you in a shop, and I replied, and the salesperson just ignored me. I was like, why? Yeah.
Yeah, and don't take it personally. Don't take it personally if people don't really respond or reply. That's some kind of cultural things. I mean, I've also seen this with body language too, where um, some people have a very small zone around them. Some people have a larger distance. I know this from California, where I've seen this where other cultures, they arrive in California and they're very offended because I might just say hi from a distance, like a couple meters away, and just say hi to a group of people. If I walk into a party, I might not greet everybody individually. May be the case in other cultures where you may go up to each individual and shake their hand or give them a kiss. So that's another cultural aspect where now when I travel back to the States and I see some friends I haven't seen in a while, I may give male friends like a hug, kind of a pat on the on their back because I haven't seen them maybe in a year or a couple. And with my parents, with my family, yeah, I'd be giving them a hug. With some friends, maybe just shake their hand, but I don't really shake hands too much with Americans. I think it's usually this kind of wave my hand at them from a
Yeah, just
distance.
casual. Yeah. Thank you so much for this lecture. I think it was very useful. If you guys liked it, please like, comment, subscribe to channel. I think Jonathan is reading all the comments, so please
Yes,
feel free to share what you think, if you got our English, if you got what Jonathan said, and if you're looking for an English teacher, I'm leaving a link to book a lesson with Jonathan.
definitely. I'm taking on more students, so feel free to sign up. And I do speak a little bit of Russian, so that does come in handy for understanding what students try to say and what they're trying to express. So.
Okay, great. That's amazing. Maybe you can, say goodbye to everyone in Russian.
Oh, okay, yeah. So пока and до свидания, до встречи. I don't know what else I can say. Yeah, I
Yeah,
think.
great. Cool. Все, ребята, всем пока. Спасибо большое.